Elon Musk's decision to bring in young, exceptionally bright minds to shake up the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, we've already touched on this, but I think it's worth spending more time on, especially when we consider the incredible young man who's at the center of this story, and I want to challenge some of the old ways of thinking about who can and should be in government.
Late one Saturday night, I was sitting at a party at a friend's house in Omaha, and I get a text from another person on the challenge team, and he says, "Hey, I've just uploaded this new kind of piece of the scroll. You should take a look at it." I remotely access my computer. I type into it like, "Please run the algorithm on this new piece of scroll," and then I just kind of started. I pull out my phone again, just nonchalantly, like, "Hey, I wonder how that went." And there are 3 Greek letters on the screen, the letters I'd never seen before. It was really cool because it's like, oh my goodness, like we actually detected new writing in the scrolls using AI.
Last time we talked about the initial shock and the predictable backlash from the usual naysayers. But I really want to focus today on the qualities of this young man. I mean, this isn't just some kid who got lucky. This is someone who's shown a remarkable level of intellectual curiosity and problem-solving ability. He's someone who took an interest in history, learned Latin, and became fascinated by the Roman Empire. This demonstrates a depth of intellectual curiosity that goes far beyond the average person. He wasn't just satisfied with surface-level knowledge. He wanted to understand the context, the history, the deeper connections, and it's the same kind of drive that led him to tackle the challenge of the Pompeii Scrolls, a project that's stumped historians and scholars for centuries. This level of initiative and intellectual rigor is exactly what we need in our government. And let's really get into the specifics of what he did. We're not talking about some minor discovery. Here, we're talking about someone who used his own initiative and his own resources to tackle a major challenge. This young man was working on this project in his free time after his day job on evenings and weekends. He wasn't being paid to do this, and he didn't have a fancy lab. He was using his personal laptop and spare computers to get the job done. This shows a level of dedication and ingenuity that's rare in any field, let alone in government. He was able to take cutting-edge AI technology and apply it to a very old problem, all while using tools that most of us have at home. He didn't wait for someone to give him permission. He didn't wait for a big government grant. He just did it. This is the kind of get-it-done attitude that we desperately need. And that's not all. He actually found a real word, purple, after a lot of work and collaboration. It might seem like a small thing, but it is in fact a massive achievement. Now, let's be clear. This isn't just about some isolated achievement. It's about how we approach problem solving. This young man's success wasn't a fluke. It was the result of focused effort, a willingness to learn, and the courage to apply new technologies. He wasn't afraid to challenge conventional wisdom and to approach problems from a different angle. And what makes this so amazing is that he did all of this while still a college student. He credits the University of Nebraska for fostering a culture of thinking boldly. This isn't just about individual brilliance. It's about creating an environment that encourages innovation and empowers people to challenge the status quo. And that's exactly what our government needs more of. We need people who aren't afraid to break from the old ways of doing things. So what does this say about the broader discussion? We tend to default to the idea that experience is the be-all and end-all. We hear, oh, you need years in the system to understand how it works. I call bull. If you've been in a system for years and it's not working, what good does that experience do? This young man's work on the scrolls, and I'm sure the work of the others proves that. He had no prior experience in ancient languages or AI, but he was able to apply his intellect and dedication to a really difficult challenge and make history. This shows that it's not necessarily about how long you've been doing something, but rather about how you think about problems and whether you're willing to challenge assumptions. Let's be honest, our government is drowning in bureaucracy and inefficiency. The people who are supposed to be in charge have not been getting the job done. They keep things the same and use a lot of taxpayer money, but we don't really see any changes. So why would we keep doing the same thing and expect different results? This isn't just about saving money. It's about creating a government that's actually responsive to the needs of the people. We need people who are willing to challenge the norms and find innovative ways to improve things. And this young man and his team have already shown us that they're capable of just that. And frankly, a lot of the people who are running our government right now are out of touch, and they don't seem that interested in actual progress. They're more interested in maintaining their own power. Now, I want to address the naysayers, especially those on the left who might be skeptical of Elon Musk. Look, I get it. Some people don't like him, and you know what? That's fine. But this isn't about Elon Musk. It's about a really smart idea and about giving a chance to young minds that have already proven they can accomplish great things. You can disagree with Musk on a lot of things, but you can't argue with the results. And the fact that this young man was able to uncover a word like purple from the scrolls despite all the challenges is just really impressive. This is not to mention they are already projected to save about $100 billion. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. We have to look at the merits of the initiative, regardless of who initiated it. Let's not let our political biases blind us to the possibility that these young people are exactly what our country needs to turn things around. And let's also call out the hypocrisy here. The same people who claim to support progress and innovation are often the first to dismiss new ideas out of hand. They're the same ones who say we should listen to the experts, but then they turn around and dismiss these young people because they don't have the right kind of experience. It's the same old tired bureaucratic mindset. It's time for all of us to challenge these preconceived notions about what makes a good leader and a valuable asset. These young people have already demonstrated that they are capable of making a real impact and are already working to save us billions of dollars. They are incredibly bright and they're passionate about what they do. And what we need to do is to support them and give them an opportunity to help us change things for the better. So what are we supposed to do? We should be encouraging young people to think big, to challenge the status quo, and to tackle complex problems with creativity and passion. We should be looking for talent wherever we can find it, regardless of age, background, or political affiliation. And we should be demanding that our government works for the people, not against us. We need to create more opportunities for young minds to contribute their talents and help make our government more innovative, efficient, and effective. We need to stop letting political biases and preconceived notions get in the way of progress. This young man and his colleagues represent a shift, a chance to break free from the old ways of doing things and embrace innovation. They are an inspiration, and we should embrace their potential to bring real change to our government and to our country. Instead of tearing them down, let's rally behind them and see what they can accomplish. They're not just solving ancient mysteries. They're showing us how to approach problems with fresh eyes and bold solutions. And that's the kind of thinking that will make us great again. So, I'm calling on everyone listening to really think about what's happening here. This isn't just about Elon Musk or this particular team of young people. It's about changing our whole approach to government, to innovation, and to problem solving. And we can't do that if we keep dismissing new ideas, no matter how they come to us. We've got to start looking at the potential, not the age or the background. We need to demand that our government be more efficient, more responsive, and more effective. And if it takes a team of young prodigies to do it, then I'm all for it. We cannot afford to just sit back and wait for our current leaders to make the changes we need. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Are you ready to embrace a new approach to government, or are you going to stick with the same old ways? And let's try to have an open and honest conversation and keep our minds open. No more falling into the trap of old stereotypes and outdated ways of thinking. Support this move, and let's see what these young minds can accomplish.